Hello, my name's Mike Richardson, and I'm looking forward very much to being with you at your future upcoming leadership session to talk about the crucial topic these days of agility. What does it take for you to be agile as a leader, as a team, as an organization, as a business, as an enterprise these days, to survive, thrive, prevail in an increasingly uncertain and volatile future? Every time that we look in the news these days, we see examples of CEOs and leaders and businesses having their agility tested and failing to pass the test. In only the last few months, we've seen Jeff Immelt, the CEO of GE, depart the company because the share price has been on a slippery slope. Just prior to that, we saw Mark Fields be let go from running Ford again, because despite posting record profits and record cash flow in the 3 years of his tenure, the share price had reduced by 30%. We saw the news recently of Amazon purchasing Whole Foods, and the wake-up call that will be giving to the whole industry of supermarkets and grocery stores and everything else associated with that. So we see example after example after example where businesses are having their agility tested. Now, whether you are a large public company or a startup or a mid-market company, anywhere in that spectrum, the challenge is all the same. And when I ask CEOs and leaders such as yourselves how their agility is being tested these days, I typically get three kinds of answers. The first is the age-old idea that there's too little time and too much to do. It's a real struggle to be on top of everything that I've got to get done. That's the first thing that usually comes up. The second thing that usually comes up is how do I go with the flow? Business is so fast moving these days, the pace of business, the speed of change is such that keeping up with all of that and facilitating the flow for myself, for my team, for my organization, to be in the flow of that never-ending journey of change is the second thing that typically comes up. And then the third thing that typically comes up is how do I deal with the increasing pace and whiplash of change? It seems that big things can change so quickly these days, and how do I keep up with that, if not get ahead of that? And actually on that last point, the speed of change, the pace of business these days, there's an acronym for that we will explore when we're together, and it's here on the front page of the handout that we'll be using, and the acronym is called VUCA, and that stands for the volatility, the uncertainty, the complexity, and the ambiguity of change that we experience these days. Would you agree with me that the VUCA that we experience these days is getting faster and faster? We live in an accelerating world of VUCA, in an increasingly time-compressed VUCA world, or in other words, a world of accelerated obsolescence. When we think we've found the groove of success, we better enjoy it, because it's probably not going to last very long before some new VUCA shows up and starts to disrupt our world. So we've got to be able to keep up, if not get ahead. We've got to be able to facilitate the flow of the team, and we've got to be able to deal with this agility challenge in a way that we can survive and thrive and prevail in the future, and be on top of everything that we have to be on top of to be able to do all of that. Now, we have to be agile at multiple levels simultaneously. We have to be agile as a leader. Over and above that, we have to be agile as a team, a C team, a management team, a departmental team. We have to be agile as an organization, organization-wide, organization deep, We have to be agile as a business with our business model and the innovation of new business models as we go forward, 1.0, 2.0 and 3.0. And as a result, we have to be agile overall as an enterprise. Do we have the enterprise agility, enterprise-wide and enterprise-deep, to have the agility that we need to survive, thrive and prevail in an increasingly VUCA future? These are the ideas, these are the concepts, these are the mindsets that we'll be getting into during our leadership session. Of course, we'll get down some very practical things that you can start doing within a few days, weeks and months. I look forward to helping you go on your journey of transformation to a more agile future, an even more agile future than you've experienced so far. You're clearly a very successful business, and we want to help you shift into a next gear, shift into a next gear, shift into a next gear, to sustain that trajectory of success onwards and upwards in traction on your desired trajectory of profit and growth to a very big, bright and successful future. I look forward to being with you. There's just a little bit of homework for you to do beforehand, which is outlined below. A little bit of pre-reading, a little bit of pre-watching, and I look forward to being with you for your upcoming leadership session. Mike Richardson, I look forward to meeting you.